Hello, I'm Jesse McAnally.
And I'm Andrew DeWolf.
And I'm Brianna Jones.
And welcome to Musicals with Cheese, the podcast where I try to get Andrew and Brie to like musical theater. And you guys, we have a special guest!
Ooh, another special guest.
Oh yeah, so many special guesses. Please.
Special guest.
Special guest, I turned into Popeye. Please welcome video essayist extraordinaire and fighter of the Nightman, Matt from NandoVMovies!
Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here. Representing the Philadelphia and also just musical trash person, kind of. I don't know what you would describe this as.
Trash man.
Yeah.
Trash man. So we've been kind of mutuals on Twitter for a while, and we finally connected. And I was very curious as to what you would pick, and I did not expect this to be what you would suggest. Why did you suggest this?
Personally, I like big musical theater guy. I don't see as many as I'd like, but when and there's a lot of musicals that are like older that I go, I appreciate it, but I didn't, enjoy it a ton, like South Pacific or something like that. But a lot of the musicals that I do really like, you guys had covered before. So I was racking my brain, like, what's a thing that's kind of like a musical that I have seen, that other people have seen, or is easy to find, but is not, something that's already been done. And I think I was like looking at a list or something of like musicals that you can watch now online, and I found this one. And I'm a huge It's Always Sunny fan. I think this episode is regarded pretty highly among the fans as one of the best. So I figured it'd be a fun place to look, and like it's, besides just being a weird little musical thing, it's also a good encapsulation of the show. And this has just been something that has always been in my head. Like for my birthday 2 or 3 years ago, we did like an Always Sunny party where everyone dressed up as characters from this. So like I was the Dayman at the end, big yellow suit. Like it's just been, it's been a favorite thing of mine for a while. So I wanted to have another excuse to watch it again and then talk about it. Because it's also a weird, like little kind of turducken of a thing. Like it's a thing within a thing within a thing, this specific video. So like there's, it's strange. But that's why. Yeah, that's my whole beat.
Yep, it's a great choice. I was immediately game. In case you haven't picked up, this week we are talking about The Nightman Cometh. Cue the music, Brie.
Dayman! Oh, fighter of the Nightman! Oh, champion of the sun! Oh, you're a master of karate and friendship for everyone!
The Nightman Cometh is a musical with music and lyrics by Cormac Bluestone, Charlie Day, Glenn Howerton, Scott Marder, and Robert Rossell, based on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Season 4, Episode 13. The episode originally aired November 20th, 2008, and in September 2009, the cast took their show live. The gang performed the musical The Nightman Cometh in New York City, Boston, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. Mary Elizabeth Ellis and Artemis Pebedani also appeared in the performance as the waitress in Artemis. Actress Rhea Perlman, wife of Danny DeVito, assumed the role of Gladys. The plot of The Nightman Cometh is a coffee shop princess is in love with a small man who has the characteristics of a little boy. One night, the Nightman comes with permission from a troll and takes away his innocence. The little boy transforms into the Dayman and fights the Nightman. Dayman and the princess can then be together in their love.
Really just a great story.
Yeah,
it's like a fairy tale.
It's like a Jungian, this is story as old as time, like, Star Wars, Harry Potter, this, all just
the
classic
Dayman
archetypes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this also, much like the last Star Wars movie, feels like it was written by someone illiterate, so...
Yeah, it's always... It's so weird to see something like this written in a smart way by a smart person as if they were a dumb person, kind of. Like, feeding things through that loop is always very strange and kind of fun. Yeah. It's
I mean,
wild.
it is an interesting way because it is, as you said, a thing turning into a thing, turning into a thing, where you have to imagine a character is writing a play where these other characters are performing in it and performing against what was written. There's a lot of things
Right.
you have to go in thinking about in a way that is still feels seamless. But Andrew, you are not an
Yeah.
Always Sunny fan. You've never watched a single episode except for this one.
This is, I swear this isn't planned, but somehow I am always new to everything we talk about.
Fascinating.
But actually, this is the first episode of Always Sunny I've ever seen, and I think it was a really good start. This is I'm interested. I'm game. This was a good episode.
Really throwing you into the deep end with this one. This is a tough episode, but it's good. I'm glad you're into it.
Yeah, I think we might have to do the content warning at the top here.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
There is some offensive nature. This is a kind of like edgy show, cut yourself on the edge show. I will say this is less offensive than their later musical episode where they become African American people. But this still has a lot of talks of raping children. Like that is multiple jokes where that is the punchline, so to say. And if that's not something you find that funny, which I would totally get, you don't have to listen to this episode. All right.
You got to pay the troll toll on your way out, though.
Yeah.
It's fair.
No, to get in.
Oh, sorry, to get in the boy's hole.
Yes.
The boy's soul.
The boy's soul. So I saw this episode. I'm a big fan of Always Sunny. I watched through the entire series, and this is obviously a highlight because every musical episode is a highlight for me in any show I watch. I like that it has a lot of the tropes, despite it being very nonsensical, and seeing it performed live on stage is surprisingly effective.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing like them in front of an audience. It's wild.
I love that they added more to the like live stage thing. The ending number they do is like actually really good.
Yes.
With like the harmonica solo, like it's just mind blowing. It's like, wow. How would you say no to that? Other than that he's like your stalker and like, you know, won't leave you alone.
And that's his real wife. That's a real wife and husband.
Really?
Yeah, Charlie Day and her are married.
That's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, and then the other one, Dee and Mac are also married.
And Rhea Perlman and Danny DeVito are also married.
That's right.
And all
and
we
Dennis
got is Glenn
just
Howerton.
sitting in the corner, angry at all of them. Yeah, just waiting for his. No, I think he's married to someone that I think he met through the show, because they also started a podcast recently where they talk behind the scenes stuff, and I think he mentioned that on the most recent one.
Well, I guess we should go over what actually happens in the episode.
I'll let you take that, Andrew. What happens in the episode?
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we're sort of talking about the stage show since we are supposed to be doing stage shows and things, but it's the same thing that happens in both, really. I believe is it Charlie that writes it?
Yes.
That's right.
I don't know all the characters' names, so apologies if I get any of them wrong. But I believe Charlie, immediately they start the show, he walks into this bar and he has a giant stack of papers and he says he's written a musical. And everybody is totally down to do it. Because, I mean, I guess if one of my friends walked in with a musical and was like, you have a part, I would definitely do it as well. So I get it, you know? They rent out a stage and they're going to put it on, but all of the other characters are trying to ruin this show. Not trying to, but they are ruining the show in whatever way they possibly can.
I mean,
and
sometimes
then
with
they
decent notes.
It's true. Sometimes
yeah.
the notes are decent, but also, I mean, it's Charlie's show, and what he wrote, it's for his stalker. So, I mean, I feel like he should get final say on a lot of this stuff, you know? I thought it was very bad that, what's her name, added a song. That would be absolutely... Imagine that on Broadway. You couldn't do that, you know? And then they put on the show, and we get to see the whole thing. And, yeah, I guess that would be probably what we talk about for the rest here.
Yeah, so, Matt, why don't you describe the plot of Charlie's musical, The Nightman Cometh?
Yeah, so like the plot of the musical is that, like you're saying, there is a little boy who's in love with a princess.
Small man.
Yes,
small
yes,
man.
Small man
Small
that has
man.
the features of a little boy.
Yes.
It's metaphorical.
And he and his living situation kind of a little bit almost represents Charlie's in the show. He lives with Frank in a weird in squalor, as they would say. And Frank is a troll who owns him, I think.
He controls his soul.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
controls his soul. He's
I don't know if he
a
like
pimp.
sold his soul
A
to
soul
him
pimp.
or he just got it. But yeah, so then
Just got it.
you know, like why does he have it? But he wants to be in love with this beautiful 9 or 10 or whatever she calls herself, princess waitress thing, barista, and then he gets assaulted by a karate man, and then he becomes David Bowie in the end. And also, it's a secret wedding proposal. It's great.
The ending where he just comes down and he's like, "I'm the Dayman, marry me."
Yeah. It's so funny because like it is in the context of the show, obviously it's a fever dream of a show, but it's filtered. It's like Charlie's life filtered through this show. So this is kind of, I guess, how he sees himself. And
Who is the Nightman in
Well, this is a
his-
payoff episode. Like you might need to provide context here, Matt, because
So I forget what the episode was. There was some sort of the gang writes a song episode. I think that was the whole thing too. Or
and Charlie
they
gets
had a battle
addicted
of
to
the
sniffing
bands.
glue.
Yes, Charlie. He's sniffing glue or paint. I think he's got spray paint, like so, because I feel like they have silver faces.
Right.
And him and Dennis just are brainstorming songs, and they come up with that like very simple Dayman, fighter of the Nightman, champion of the sun line, and they bring that to this battle of the bands thing that they're hosting at the bar. Both, or at least Dennis is dressed like the David Bowie kind of figure. And play it, and that's all the explanation we really get. There's no understanding of who the Nightman is or what the Dayman is. It's just interesting to them.
I mean, Dayman, like, his name is Charlie Day, right? Or is that not the character's name?
The
That's not the
character's name is
character's name.
Charlie Kelly. Yeah, but he is
Okay.
Charlie Day in real life.
I kind of thought that was like the thing, is Dayman, it's him, but I guess not.
Honestly,
You're
it's
thinking
never
too
even occurred
hard,
to me.
too meta
Yeah.
there.
It might be a meta joke, like that might be what that is, but
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, does it map to very directly to some sort of song of that time or of that genre? Like, is there a David Bowie song that is just like that they were kind of directly parodying, or is it just some sort of glam rock kind of thing that they decided to do?
Glam rock
is it
vibes.
what was the character that David Bowie played for like an entire album?
Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust. Yeah.
Ziggy Stardust. Is it kind of like that, do you think?
I guess, but I don't think it quite sounds like Ziggy Stardust. That's the strange thing about it. It seems like Dennis decided to dress, and I guess that could be kind of described as more glam rocky, but it kind of, I mean, if anything, it reminds me of Labyrinth. And he's dressed like in a weird onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pin down what he's going for.
Well,
But-
he's got cat eyes, but I think that was a Mac original. So let's all rewind a bit. He did not write
the
the
cat-
roles for the people that end up playing them. Remember,
right.
he wrote the main little boy to be played by Mac, and he wrote the Nightman to be played by Dennis. Then they swapped, and then it made it weirdly incestuous between the princess and Dennis.
Yes. But I think what Mac brought to the role really kind of improved the Nightman
yeah.
character. Like, I feel like without the whole karate, like, cat eyes kind of aspect, the Nightman doesn't really have anything going on.
That's true. I can't even. What kind of karate? Like, it's so fantastic to see people reacting to that in the video, to just like see, because I out of all of the whole picture, and like if I was there, because this is how I watch this, I just go like, man, if I was in that audience, this thing would really make me lose my mind. And the karate down the stage, getting this gigantic applause is probably the coolest part of it.
I mean, I had a
for
similar
me.
moment, which was when Danny DeVito stood up and then he got all the applause. I would have been there. I would have done that.
That was so funny.
All 52
Danny
inches
DeVito?
of him. Let's go.
Danny DeVito existing? Applause.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like we've covered most of the plot elements here.
Yeah, I mean, come on. There's like so much. I mean, would you have accepted Bree? You're the lady in the room. Would you have accepted Charlie's proposal?
Yeah, probably.
Just to save face for a little bit.
Well, I want to say that you would accept the proposal in the like staged live version, but in the episode, I think that would be a hard no. You know?
Probably.
Okay. What about
Because in the live version, he comes out, he does the harmonica solo, you know, and like, you know, that it's just like a much bigger event where when he comes in the community theater setting in the episode, it's like, I'm surrounded by elderly people. I don't want to be here. You know, like, I wouldn't accept that proposal.
I have a hard time saying no.
Can't say no, huh?
Yeah, you're just like the girl from Oklahoma. You just can't say no.
Can't say no. So I probably would have said yes either way.
I guess I'll marry you. Lifetime of happiness with you, Charlie Day. What about you, Matt? Would you have accepted that proposal?
I think I would. Here's the thing. If someone wrote a musical as a proposal for me, and it was as crazy as that, I think I would in the moment accept the proposal and then disappear. You know, like it's not a legal proposal. I don't have to. I'm not signing anything. I'll just be like, yeah, no, we'll definitely get married. And he'd go, yay, and then I just, run away.
Now, is she in other episodes? Like, is this stalking thing? Okay, so yeah, that's a no. I feel like that's a no matter what, because that's creepy.
Yeah, they have a strange relationship as a group because he just like he is in a very creepy way in love with her, and she is in the show in love with Dennis, or maybe not in love with, but she is very attracted to Dennis and wants nothing to do with Charlie.
Yeah.
So that's kind of maybe why she's able to get caught up in their schemes from time to time, is she'll want to get closer to Dennis but have to deal with Charlie. But I believe
you think she would have appreciated the that Dennis was as the lead role in the show then.
Exactly.
But
I don't think in this show, because I don't think Dennis looks particularly sexy in this show. You don't
think so? With the onesie with like the, like what, like a jock strap almost on top? Like, what is that?
Actually, now that I'm looking at this, we have the right amount of cast members to reenact all of The Nightman Cometh.
Oh my God.
It's true.
So
I feel like Bree might be typecast here a little bit.
Bree, why don't you cast us? Because you're obviously the princess barista. Where would you cast the rest of us?
Oh God. Okay.
There's a troll in this, right?
Yeah, Andrew, you're the troll. Okay.
I mean, he is this leading role. Like, everyone loves him. You get big applause blinds every time you do anything. And you get shot. That's exciting, like as an
like
exit for that character.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that reveal of just the gun. Every time. That will always get a laugh out of me.
Yeah, it's funny in the show. There is like, they get into guns a lot, and it is part of I wouldn't say like a running gag, but Frank always has a gun on him, and it doesn't usually come up, but every so often he will just enter a room with his gun pointed at everybody.
So I start blasting.
Yeah, he just starts blasting. So yeah, he has gotten the gun this time. He is not the gunny.
I think Matt's the Dayman, or maybe I think Matt might be the little boy.
My karate is not good. Like, that's the problem with
Matt was
Nightman.
Dayman? Well, not Nightman? I
mean, Dayman is the master of karate, right? Like,
no, Nightman's the master of karate and friendship. No, you're right.
No, that's Dayman.
Dayman is the master of karate. Yeah.
Nightman knows karate, but I feel like he kind of, like, he's just able to put on a clinic, Like, that's... But, like, Dayman is the master, and that's why he's able to win in the end.
Yeah, you need those sick moves though to be the Nightman, to enter the stage and do all that karate, and that's, I think,
that's because that element of it, it's not really choreographed.
Yeah,
whereas like the ripping out the heart, like they obviously had a choreographer for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
okay, so I'm the Nightman though.
I couldn't remember in the episode. Does he have cat eye contacts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But in the stage show, he has painted his eyelids. Is that what he did? It doesn't look like it's contexted in the video.
I think he might just be walking with like his eyelids shut and painted just so they could get in really quick, which makes more sense.
Makes total sense. So I don't want to do that. I don't like the context. So painting my eyelids are nothing as the Nightman.
Hell
But-
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's time for our favorite game. It's time for Reviews, where we compare our opinions to those of the insane people on Letterboxd. So, I've had to alter Reviews because Letterboxd does not do TV shows. Instead, it's going to be a much more difficult game that I think is going to be a 0 versus 0 game. So, a lot of people compare movies to It's Always Sunny. So I took a bunch of reviews that compare the movies they're reviewing to Always Sunny, and you have to guess what movie it is. And all of these are very famous movies. None of these are like really unknown thing.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this might be a challenge. Bree, do you want to be on Matt's team or Andrew's team?
Matt, we got this.
Yeah, I think we can do this.
Okay, I'll start, Andrew. You ready?
Oh, Lord, I am not ready, but okay.
This is going to be a
we'll
very
try
hard
it.
game, I will say. It's the Always Sunny Pepe Sylvia meme, but on steroids.
The Usual Suspects.
No, but that is a very good guess. I'll give you one more guess. Come on, throw one out. If I said Joel Schumacher horror movie.
Oh, 23?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
Okay, don't give me a point for that, though. I didn't... There's too many clues with that.
I feel like you can give one clue. We can give one vague clue. I feel like that's a good rule. If they get one guess wrong. All right, Brie, you go.
Lots of Always Sunny in Philadelphia energy.
Just,
Oh, no!
just any. That's the whole thing. Oh boy.
This is a very famous movie, too.
Okay, yeah, very famous. I'm trying not to think of something that'll give it away.
Always Sunny energy.
Do you give him a guess? Like, I got a guess first, and then you give the clue,
Yeah.
so, like, maybe we do that?
Yeah, that's fair. I would say, okay, so my guess... Okay, I'm going to guess, like, something... This might be a mistake, but something with one of them. I'll say Horrible Bosses.
That's a good guess, but...
Is that-
It is a good guess.
It's
Does Poor Family... Is that a bad...
That's a bad one. Oscar winning.
Okay, I guess that would have been better. I thought that'd give it away.
I
Oscar-winning-
don't think they have enough hints.
I don't know,
True.
yeah.
I've got literally
Recent
nothing right
Oscar darling.
now. Recent.
Recent
Within the last
Oscar...
4 years.
Oh,
Boy,
man.
Google time.
I mean,
Google time.
part of me wants to say it can't be Nomadland, right? That would be
I think the year before.
the year before. I can't remember. I'm terrible at this. It's like Green Book, was it? No, what was the middle one? I don't know. I'm stumped.
All right.
South Korea.
Oh, sure. Yeah. They're Parasite. Yeah. That makes
All
sense.
right. 1-1.
That's fair. Yeah, 1-1.
What? Okay,
Andrew,
whatever.
you ready?
Okay, I guess I'm ready. It can't get harder than that one.
The art house film adaptation of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
These are real reviews. I did not make up any of these.
I don't even know art house movies.
Let's say very famous comedian taking a turn at a drama. Film bros love this movie.
Is it that Bill Murray one?
I gave
No,
two
it's
very
not.
good guesses. Nando, do you want to steal?
You did give you two good hints. I just don't really know.
Famous comedian taking a turn. I also don't have any good guesses here. I would
Famous
love
comedian
to steal,
turn
but I
at-
just can't.
Film bros love it.
Very recent movie. I did not
Is
get
it-
nominated, to the chagrin of a lot of film bros.
Oh, like you're saying very recent movie?
Within the last, not like last 2 years. 2-3
Oh.
years. I'm giving good hints,
Lord.
aren't I, Bree?
I believe you
are-
are.
I don't even
You
know
are
where you're
giving good
reading.
hints, but I don't know
Upper
what
right.
I don't know what you're. I think you're just gonna have to give us this one. I don't think I have a guess.
Oh, just say Adam Sandler.
Well, I tried not to say that. That would have given it away.
Oh, is it the Uncut
Yep.
Gems thing?
Right, yeah.
I never saw that, to be honest.
Forgetting he's a comedian.
Yeah, is he funny?
I feel like
Is this like the Joe Rogan as a comedian kind of thing?
he's taken a lot of like, oh, this is my dramatic one now kind of moments. He did like Punch Drunk Love and Spanglish. That was him too. He loves to do that. He was like a street near me the other day. They filmed some movie in Philly. Yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix. Everyone should watch it. Maybe
That's
it
weird.
probably stinks. Who knows?
I've been near him several times now. He just filmed something, I think he filmed something recently up here, and I was with him at a water park way
You
back in the
told
day.
the story.
Really?
Yeah, the grown-up story.
Oh,
I was at the water park where they were filming that while they were filming it.
wow.
I was really upset too. There was a bunch of water slides that I couldn't go on.
Oh, that sucks.
Because Adam
Yeah, it's
Sandler and
kind of
Kevin James had to go on it.
It was kind of the same thing here. Everybody was like, for the weeks leading up to it, because we kept hearing about it, it was like, ooh, Adam Sandler's going to be around. And then the couple of days before that, it was like, oh, parking's a disaster now. They closed all the streets. Boo. And by the time it started, nobody cared. But yeah, he's very, I mean, Uncut Gems has Always Sunny energy. Like, it's got bickering. That's a very Always Sunny thing. People that are shitty making bad decisions, very Always Sunny. So I could see it.
All right, what's the next one? I'm interested to see some of these.
These are some good ones. Brie, what you got next?
Everyone acts like Mac from Always Sunny.
I mean,
You will never get this.
everyone acts like Mac from Always Sunny.
I don't even understand this review.
I'm gonna just throw out, like, is it, because a bunch of these have been recent ones. Is part of it that they're all recent, or is that
This is not recent.
helpful? Okay. I'm gonna say, like, Expendables, maybe?
It did have a recent sequel that did not do well financially.
Dumb and Dumber? Not that recent, but it was. I'm trying to think of who he
Think a month or two ago recent.
Oh.
Jeez, people know what movies came out a month ago?
Right?
People keep track of this stuff?
Is it like Jackass? I mean, that was like yesterday, but they kind of act like Mac. The Project Badass is essentially Jackass. Did not do well financially. Wait. What was it? Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. I don't know. Anybody else have any guesses?
Andrew, you got a guess?
Yeah. Recent movie sequel.
Was a very
Andrew's
big
Googling.
cultural milestone when it
literally-
came out.
I'm literally looking. Is it Top Gun?
No, that did
That
not.
hasn't come out yet. It's something. It's so like on the tip of my tongue.
Sci-fi, the color
it's-
green.
Oh, it's Matrix. Yeah, there you go. Dusters.
I thought that was
and
the hint that
yeah.
got it.
Wait, how is that even? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I totally see it. I don't know if they dress like or if they act like Mac, but they do, trench coats, and he doesn't do that in the show, but also he does karate in the musical. Matrix is pretty much a bunch of Nightmans running around.
Matrix is basically Nightman the movie.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. All right, Andrew, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is my La La Land. Also, this made me aware that the Nightman Cometh might be more Sondheim than I thought.
So is it a Sondheim movie?
I feel like I give you, that's a good one where you can figure it out yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a guess for this one. If once you guess.
Could you read it one more time? I'm sorry.
This is my La La Land. Also, this made me aware that the Nightman Cometh might be more Sondheim than I thought.
Oh, Jesus. This is my La La Land.
What
so,
Sondheim musical do you think is the most like The Nightman Cometh?
Yeah, but it needs to have a movie adaptation recently, right?
It did. Yep.
He knows it.
He knows it?
You can know it. We've covered it on the podcast.
Oh my god, I'm so bad with this.
There's only one Sondheim musical that has a rape in it.
Oh.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, as far as I know, the word rape is said in Into the Woods, but the act is in this musical.
Oh, shoot. I thought it was Into the Woods. I appreciate it.
It is not Into the Woods.
Help.
There. Zach, cross that off the list.
Oh, wait. Oh, I think I get it. Wait, no, that's not Sondheim. I was going to say Cats.
There's a rape in Cats.
There's no rapes in Cats.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but wouldn't surprise me, you know? Like...
What is the only Sondheim musical dark enough?
Dark, Jesus Christ, dude! You're making me nervous here.
You should be getting this very easily. I feel like
like what I.
Da, 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 da,
Is it Sweeney Todd?
Yes.
Yeah.
That came out after La La Land?
Didn't say it had to.
I mean, you could write the review whenever, you know.
Yeah.
They could have written it having seen it the other day.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
See, I was trying to be like, well, it can't be that, because they said it was like their La La Land, and La La Land didn't come out until like a couple years ago, right?
Okay. Wrap this up. Bree, do one on Matt, then I'll do one on Andrew, and then whatever our score is, we're done. We gotta wrap this up.
All right, we're going to turn this franchise around.
Okay.
I've got this.
Man, I'm losing it here. This game's too easy and hard.
It's not always sunny. ...
Well,
I thought
Is
this was
it-
an easy one.
it's not always sunny. Is it, wait, so you think this is an easy one?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it Midsummer? I'm trying to think of a movie where it's like kind
That would
of
have been
sunny.
a good one.
That is,
My other guess was what was the other one? I had a good that movie Sunshine, where they have to restart the sun. They have to make it sunny.
you're thinking
Remember?
too much. Think less. Think less hard.
Is there a movie called Sunny? Sometimes Sunny? Maybe Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
You're so close.
You're so close.
Oof.
Just think about, finish the sentence, my dude.
It's not always sunny. Is it the movie Philadelphia? Ah,
Yes, it is.
okay. Very good.
All right, Andrew, you ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
So this is a film that would become a musical that we've covered on the podcast. There's your hint to go into this, all right?
Oh, okay.
Christian Slater's character feels like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia character written by David Lynch, and Slater sure delivers that It's Always Sunny kind of purposeful bad acting. There we go.
Christian Slater. Okay, see, the problem is I don't know what movies he's been in. Can I look up what movies he's been in, or is that cheating?
Sure, go for it.
It's a
Oh,
movie
right.
that's been a musical.
Yes. He was the main
Interesting.
part of this movie.
Yeah, I feel like I've also I have not seen very many Christian Slater movies.
I don't think he's a great actor, to be honest. He's been
He was in
playing
that
on that
Mr.
Jack
Robot
Nicholson
show.
impression too long.
Yeah, he's got an interesting vibe. He feels like the kind of guy who like plays a Christian Slater type in whatever he shows up in, and you're like, oh yeah, it's Christian Slater.
Yeah, you got it,
Like, I have
Andrew?
nothing against him. You know, it seems fine.
I don't think I have it.
Teen musical, very popular with the youngins.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... Is it Heathers?
Yes, you got it. Good
Ah.
job.
Okay.
There you go.
Y'all
I was
tied.
looking through trying to figure out which one of these even could have been made into a musical.
Yeah, did they make
And then
that?
I saw that one.
Was that recent, the Heathers musical?
Yeah, 2017, 2016, around there.
Okay. Did they make it the same kind of time as Mean Girls musical?
It came
They
before
have-
Mean Girls.
Wow.
They stole the
Interesting. You
lead
guys
from
know-
Heathers and put it into Mean Girls. Basically, they outright stole it, just like the Heathers movie.
Yeah, that's so wild.
It's a better musical than Mean Girls. Have you listened to it?
I have not, but I've seen the Mean Girls musical, so I know that it's not, I can't imagine it's worse, or,
I would be
it's-
very interested to see your opinion on the Heathers musical.
I'd probably like it. I've obviously never seen Heathers. I kind of have seen bits and pieces. I know the gist, but it
Honestly,
seems more
I think
interesting.
the musical's a better first-time watch than the movie. So I say go into the musical without seeing the movie and just let it wash over you.
Interesting. Okay.
Speaking of letting it wash over you, how about we go into a mid-show announcement and talk about money?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you in the middle of the show, but we've got a show at you! Today's show is brought to you by the extremely kind donations by our donors over at Patreon. Andrew, tell us about Patreon and what we're about to make Matt do.
Oh boy, Patreon is where you can go if you want to give us money and also get extra content. Like, you can see the video versions of our episodes, and you can get commentaries and our access to our Patreon with Cheese podcast. Also, if you give us like a lot of money, which I think is a $100 tier, you can make us read something. And since we've all read it already, now our guests get to read it. Wow.
Wow.
Very fun.
Matt, this is from Joseph Evans Green, who makes us read this every episode he's at this tier, so good luck reading it.
Best of luck.
What is this?
Yeah.
There's a Starman. He plays in blue and white. His name's Yuri Tielemans, and he's Dynamite. Wilfred Neely Niddy, he'll take the ball off of you, and finally, Jamie Vardy. Very good.
Yeah, apparently it has
wow,
to do with
that was
European
maybe the
football.
best reading.
That was probably a very good. Easily the best
Oh,
reading.
okay.
I don't understand
Cool.
it, but he promised me it's nothing bad. So
That's
He
fine.
promised us. So if it turns out it was, then we're very sorry about the
Yeah.
cancellation to come.
Yeah, right. It's fine. I'll
I
take
thought
this
it
off
would be about the boys'
Spotify. Yeah.
hole.
Once this
Yeah,
clip
right.
surfaces.
They said Jamie Vardy. Oh, they're out of here.
Ooh,
God.
Jamie Vardy.
Who's currently supporting us on Patreon, Andrew?
All right, I'll try to do this quick. Our current patrons are Melissa Goldman, Terry Needleman, John Donna, Leighton Ackles, Danielle Renix, Jessa Stampede, Ewan Cassidy, Tess Gear, Monica Thoreau, Mina Maneri, Brent Black, Nathaniel Stacey Coombe, Joseph Evans Green, Carrie Ahern, Mary Lou Choquette, John Vanales, Russ Walker, Musical Hell, Emily Gracie, Kyle Summers, Janae C., Scoot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, Liz Lim, Allison Stoller, Nothing is Certain Except Beth and Texas, Thesbian, Ren Cullen, Raphael Martinez Salaz, Robert Benjamin, Jessica T., Mitchell Young, Chai Teacup, Katie McDonough, Timothy Keys, Chris Marcotte, Tamimu Robinson, Hiji Marie Anastasio, Leela, RJ Noriga, Sebastian Canino, Avon Reagan, Charlie B., Patrick Deering, Joe, Avery Brinson, Marilyn Brown, Mel Cormack, La Femme Fictionale, Bjorn Hermans, August Gorman, Mac the Knife, Erica S., Toriana Frazier, Sammy the Most Lopez, Liana Morton, and Angela.
They give us a little financial support that helps us keep the lights on here, Musicals with Cheese, and helps us pay Bree's salary. So thank you guys for supporting us. We love you to death. And let's get back to the show. How about we? Let's
Let's talk about the
songs.
music.
Yeah.
So the opening
There's some-
number is Tiny
Yeah.
Boy, Baby Boy.
No, Tiny Boy, Little Boy, Baby Boy.
Tiny boy, little boy, baby boy, I need you. Tiny boy, little boy, I want to touch you, boy.
If you only knew what I'd do
I
to
need
you if I was that boy that's inside of you.
Tiny boy, little boy.
Such incredible opening number. Sets the world up. Sets the characters up.
I feel like you really get an idea for especially the princess and what she wants.
Right.
You know, and her being the main character, I feel like that's really important to know, like, what her goals are. Like, she really wants to...
Are we going to have a fight here? Because you think that the princess is the main character?
Well, she gets the I Want song here.
She doesn't have a want. You know what?
No, she wants to sleep with this child.
You know who also wants to sleep with this child? The Nightman.
Yeah, that's the conflict. What's your opinion on this?
Yeah, Matt.
I feel like there's in this song, if I remember correctly, aren't they both saying what they want to do to each other? If I remember, there's like a Dennis line that's like, if you only knew what I do to you or something. So I feel like this is a mutual want song.
You might have a point there, actually.
Yeah, Andrew.
Yeah.
But I think, it definitely is her song. However, that if the character technically comes on stage and tells you the song doesn't count, then does it count, Like...
Yeah. I feel like, isn't there another opening song in the live version?
Yeah, there's one after this, I think, the Danny DeVito, right? The apartment song that comes after this.
Yes,
but I think this is still first.
I think this is still first. How do you not open with this? This is beautiful.
Yeah. Jess, do you have any like lyrical highlights from this that you think are kind of like worthy of discussion?
Well, we have to talk about, the ending parts where she decides to go off the rails and improvises that she does not want to have sex with him. Honestly, that really ruins the character, and I do not think
it's definitely a weak point in the show, to be sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it, as like a, very bold like deconstruction of this is what a character like this would want to do, but this is what they might not really want to do, in the real world maybe. So yeah, it's very subversive in that way.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like at the end she kind of comes back out and she's like, I'm in love with this man. And it makes it it kind of ties it all together. And I feel like it almost makes this moment work, Okay,
are we ready to hear some of the lyrics? The chorus goes, tiny boy, little boy, baby boy, I need you. But it's sung in counterpoint by the lead boy. If you only knew what I do to you, if I was that boy that's inside of you.
Yep.
So those are the counterpoints about them. So what are any thoughts there? Penny, for your thoughts?
It's almost like the boy inside of you. Is it like a mother figure sort of thing? Like, is this a metaphor? Like he needs as a birthing, I might be reading too far into this, but I mean.
But once again, as I said before, she does improvise. Just to be clear, I did not write that song, and we did never have sex with a child. Just to be clear, I am a more experienced actor, and that should be taken into account during your applause at the end. Most men find me to be an 8 or a 9 out of 10, and I am available to any man interested who'd like to get my number after the show. HIV test preferred.
Yeah, that is not in the TV show one. That is exclusive to the live show.
Yes, I think it's important that we get that across.
And yeah, safe sex is, I guess, it's a good message.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like the 8 or 9 out of 10. It shows a confidence, but not an overconfidence.
Not a level where you'd become vain.
Yeah, she's very relatable, Princess Barista. Person.
Princess barista person.
Princess waitress barista person.
Yeah.
She doesn't live at the coffee shop, but
I mean, in the show, she might as well. She doesn't seem to have a life outside of that bubble. Every so often you get a peek into it, but maybe,
Wait, hold on, I misspoke. That song that Dee sings at the end of that is its own song called Just to Be Clear, so it is its own number. I am so sorry that I misspoke. I did not mean...
She wrote that song. That's one of the only songs not written by Charlie Day.
Yeah, Charlie Kelly.
Charlie Kelly, yes.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the troll toll.
You want the baby boy's hole, you gotta pay the troll toll. You gotta pay the troll toll to get in. Troll toll. What you say? Troll toll. Hey, hey, hey. Troll toll.
Matt, why don't you describe what goes on in the song?
And the troll toll, it's so simple. The characters, the Nightman wants to get into the boy's soul, as is, that's the goal of
Customary.
any Nightman. Yeah. And he has to pay money. He has a little bag of money. He has to give it to the troll. They just kind of go over that a lot. The rules that are that one rule that I said. It's not much else to say. They just keep doing that for like 2 minutes.
Now, I was a little unclear on the lyrics. You're saying
this is one of the classic blunders. Yes. It is the boy's soul. If you say it really quickly, then you can make a mistake. But
I am
it's
so
a very
sorry,
wholesome
but
play.
I have to correct you here, Matt. On the
Excuse me?
website, the official website of Always Sunny, they do write the boy's hole.
Oh, that must be a mistake. Is this Wikipedia or something like that? Because maybe we're hearing it differently.
Maybe. But we got to
Yeah.
talk about how it ends with the troll, hey.
Yeah.
That's how you end a song. You just don't know how to end. I mean,
Can we be real talk? Like, Danny DeVito is not a good singer.
They do a good job of working within his limitations in the show, generally, and I think
It's
it
really
mostly works
bad,
out.
though.
how dare you? He was a great singer in the Lorax movie.
Was he? Did he sing a song in the Lorax
Feel like
movie?
he
I don't
did.
think he
that
did.
Feels like a thing they would have done.
No. Did he?
I don't know.
Well, basically, he's not good in the Troll Toll song.
Yeah,
I think he does a lot of great choreography with the stick.
He's good with the
string.
makeup. The makeup is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like an authentic troll. And honestly, if he
that
controlled
wasn't
my
makeup.
soul,
That's just
like,
Danny DeVito.
I mean, he has done that plenty of times in the show, gone back to his penguin-y roots and turned into some sort of monster man, be it the trash man or the man who's presenting the award at one point and he just starts spewing black goo out of his mouth. So
Or the man who is in the
Rudy
couch.
Giuliani.
yeah, or the couch man. That's right. Yeah. And the Rudy Giuliani thing. That's right. They do that too.
Let's talk about the Dayman.
Yes.
Ah,
The Dayman takes over.
Dayman, fighter of the Nightman, champion of the sun.
this is the only one where you really get a like a chorus line. I feel like
Yes, that is a
like
fair...
everyone
That's
comes
true.
in, and even the people who died, because the Nightman and the Troll are both dead at this point in the story, but they both come back to sing anyways, which I feel like is a nice touch.
I mean, that's Broadway tradition. They all come back for the curtain call. They gotta sing the big group number at the end.
Yeah, it's like
This isn't-
the ghost of the troll, you know? We don't know how trolls work in universe. Their rules could be very different. Especially, you can only kill a troll with magic bullets, and he used regular gun bullets, so the troll's still kicking around. Don't know about the Nightman. The Nightman... How does the Nightman die in the musical?
His heart gets ripped out.
Yeah, that's important.
With
you probably needed that.
the Dayman's hand.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's not really a good way to come back from that.
I mean, he has cat's eyes. Does he also have 9 lives? Like, can he continue on like Catwoman does in the movie with Danny DeVito as a Penguin Man? Like, because that might be it. I think that's what's happening.
Speaking of that
Got the
movie,
Danny
and
DeVito
a
connection.
Complete tangent. There's not a day goes by where I do not think about Danny DeVito as the Penguin, crawling around a bed saying to Michelle Pfeiffer, "What we have in common is raw sexual charisma."
Yeah. We did that on the podcast like last week when we were talking about movies because it's a Batman lead up. And that movie has all the guys. It's got Penguin, Catwoman. They're both going to be in the new one. And that movie is horny as hell. I don't
I
know
love that movie. I
whose
think it's
idea
the
that
only
was.
good
It's a better
pre-Nolan
Batman movie than we deserve, to be honest.
I think it's pretty fun. It's a movie that happens to have Batman in it, I think is what we decided. Like, it's a Tim Burton movie where Batman shows up every couple of scenes, but it's mostly business stuff and then Michelle Pfeiffer doing her thing. But
I think
wrong
really
with
the
that.
thing with Batman movies is the less Batman is in it, the better they usually are.
it's a good point.
I think Batman just is not an interesting character, and people just like him because he's wears black and punches people.
The thing is,
Much like the
Batman is
Nightman.
technically the goodest good guy. It's just that he looks emo, so people think he's dark and scary.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of just rich,
Yeah.
you know, and he likes to punch poor people a lot.
He loves
He
to punch poor
does.
people, poor mentally ill people. He just loves beating the shit out of them.
He really does. He doesn't like to kill them though. He likes to.
Yeah, he'll maim. Batman will maim. He'll hang you
It's
upside
true.
down. He's a big fan of that because he's a
What if
bat.
they-
He knows you'll love it when it happens to you.
What if they die 3 days later from internal injuries the Batman caused? Does that break his
does-
no-kill rule?
It doesn't. No, the doctors killed them at that point.
Yeah, I feel like, he's got, as long as it doesn't happen within earshot of Batman, doesn't count.
So really Ben Affleck is the most accurate one because he brands people. He didn't kill him.
Yeah.
The person in prison killed him.
Exactly.
Oh God, I can't believe they did that. That's, oh my God. Can we talk about the best song?
Yeah.
Marry Me?
Marry Me.
In the live version?
Charlie Day.
Was that little boy, that little baby boy was me. I once was a boy, but now I am a man. I fought the night and lived as Dayman. Now I'm here to ask for your hand. So if you want to marry man, will you marry me?
The harmonica solo?
Really hung up on this harmonica thing. You're a big fan.
It was super good. He pulls it out of his pocket.
2 weeks ago, we had a banjo promise, and then we never got to hear the banjo. So he's just happy to have the harmonica.
I'm like, the harmonica's out of nowhere. Yeah, in By Jeeves, they promised us a banjo. Start of the show, promised a banjo. End of the show, we get the banjo, and they don't play it.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, you get promised something like that, you get pretty pissed off.
Chekhov is rolling in his grave right now.
Literally.
That banjo promise that was not delivered on.
Jess, am I wrong? Did we get any feedback on that? Did that episode come out yet?
That episode comes out tomorrow as of recording this, so...
Okay. Well, pretend that you gave me what people said, and they were mad about the banjo thing,
You know what, Andrew? I
too.
think they think banjos are overrated. It's just like Deliverance and hanging out with Steve Martin. It's all fun and games till the banjo comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
yeah.
If I was hanging out with Steve Martin and the banjo didn't come out, I'd be like, damn, he doesn't like me.
But no, this end song is great. It's a lot of fun in the stage version, but I really like it in the TV show, the TV episode.
Me too.
Just because of how big and extravagant and sad it is.
Yeah, he ascends from the rafters in this community theater production, and it is a surprise to everyone. No one can see any of the equipment going on above. Or maybe they can, and maybe they're just like, this sun thing's gonna happen eventually, I guess.
This entire thing is why he got someone else to play the piano, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like...
Gladys.
Yeah,
She's an old lady in the TV show and Rhea Perlman in the stage show.
Which is great. Yeah.
I like her. She knew Calvin Coolidge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, who
I also
didn't?
think the interesting thing about this, about this production is it's kind of, I feel like it's not a musical, so I don't know if it's been covered, but a noise is off kind of situation where we keep peeking behind the curtain and seeing what everyone's doing. So that's, that's pretty subversive too. It's very cool.
It's avant-garde,
meta,
slightly
dude.
Brechtian, I'd say. I'm sure if Brent were here, he'd talk for 9 hours about all the theater connections there were and how he would have done it better.
Were there any actual references to real music theater in this episode that I didn't really catch?
Know enough musical theater to
Are
make
there
the
any
references.
references to musical theater? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Because you'd have to imagine Charlie Kelly, the character, being aware of musical theater outside of just its existence. And I don't imagine Charlie Kelly gets to much theater.
I'm surprised he's able to write an actual show.
Well, remember,
even
Artemis
with
did most of the writing.
4 songs.
Yeah, he
That's
usually
true.
just kind of scribbles hieroglyphics that are deciphered later by characters. That's how he kind of. But he is good at making music because there's later times in the series where he writes the song for the bar. He they do an episode where they go do cartoon or do a The Office kind of show to win an award, and he is locked in the basement and just writes a very good song, kind of like Cheers. So he seems to just have that ability mentally, just kind of stored in his brain, but he can only access it when he's super high, on paint, silver paint.
I think that's with music. That's kind of a common thing, though.
Yeah, it's like a flow state.
A lot of musicians are like that.
On that note, what is our overall thoughts on The Nightman Cometh and our cheese ratings? Matt, are you aware of our cheese ratings?
I'm not. I missed the cheese rating part of the last one. How many? What are my options?
Yeah, Andrew, you go first then.
Yeah.
And literally no rubric whatsoever. Just pick any
It's
cheese you
unlimited
want.
options.
Okay.
As long as you can
Yeah,
justify it.
or even if you can't.
Yeah.
The Nightman Cometh is very funny. I would watch the episode, and honestly, I would maybe even watch the live recording because I just think it's fun. It's a little bit edgy, so I mean, if you're not into edgy humor, I guess don't. But come on, you're into edgy humor.
You listen to us. Like, we're cool.
As far as a cheese rating, I'm gonna give it Swiss cheese because you got to get into that boy's hole.
Oh, very good.
All right, Matt, what is your cheese rating and overall thoughts?
So I think this is terrific. I think it's one of the best episodes of the show. I would die to see it live with them, like recording it in a bar. I do think one thing we didn't really mention, the recording of it, a little too much clapping. People are losing their mind, and you can tell a couple times the actors are like, okay, so this is supposed to be an hour long. Let's move along. But I think it, as a kind of Rocky Horror, everybody knows what's going on, really rowdy showing, it'd be a delight. But I wouldn't want to see it with anyone but them. Like, it's not like something like Rocky Horror where I could see a shadow cast and it would matter to me. I think it is as a cheese, I would say it in the rest of the world would be like a Kraft single, but in Philadelphia is known as Whiz, like Cheese Whiz, because it is bad, but it has a certain charm that comes from the fact that it's not very good and it's kind of tasty anyway. But if you ate that all day, you would feel sick. But every so often, it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, So
makes sense.
100 points of that. I added some points because I think that's fair to do that with this one because it's so good.
I agree. Brie, what'd you think of our discussion, your cheese rating of that?
I loved this. I love It's Always Sunny. I think you guys should do more episodes where you talk about musical episodes from TV shows. I think that you should do that.
Part of me regrets not doing the other Always Sunny musical episode and just kind of mixing them together in one talk. I feel like that could have been a fun comparison to like how they did it in season 4 and how they did in season 5,000 they're in.
Well, that's the crazy thing.
5,000.
We didn't really mention this either, but like the part of this show, and I don't want to not try to interrupt, but I will forget this if I don't say it right now. The part of the whole watching experience that got me the most was at the very end when it's like 2009. And I'm like, holy shit, that was so long ago. This felt like something that happened 5 years ago, but yeah, this show has been on the air for an insane amount of time.
Yeah, I think after its new renewal, it'll be the longest running sitcom of all time.
I believe that's right, yeah. And they don't seem like they're going to stop, at least from listening to them on the podcast. It's definitely, I think, at least 2 seasons, I think is what they've said. I don't remember, but yeah we're going to have that for a while.
And they haven't lost their touch. Like, it's still a lot of fun. Like, they've obviously changed over the seasons, but it's still fun to watch. But
and every so often...
what was that, Matt?
I was just going to say, every so often, one of them tries to do a solo project, and it doesn't really catch, and then they're free. Like, you're like, oh, no, this new show with Dee, and then she won't be able to be on this show, but then it doesn't really go anywhere.
Mythic Quest is the big exception, where a lot of them are on there. Yeah,
Mythic Quest is good, and then do you remember back not too long ago, well, actually kind of a while ago, but Mac was set to direct a Minecraft movie, and then it didn't happen, but like... That was the thing that I was like, oh no, this is going to break this. If they're really popular, he's going to start directing movies and the show will die, but it didn't happen. So we're all set.
But then we have AP English or AP Bio and Mythic Quest both going on. And I love Mythic Quest. The Mythic Quest is very, very good.
And I've heard good things about Bio. I haven't watched it, but a lot of people that I have whose opinions I trust and respect seem to enjoy it. But yeah, I just never got the time.
Did you watch Mythic Quest?
I've watched a couple episodes of Mythic Quest and I enjoy it, but it's dumb. But like I use someone else's Apple TV Plus thing and it doesn't let me sign in and stuff sometimes. So it's like, oh, I guess I'll never see it. Although I did manage to get it done for the After Party, which I'm sure you guys have heard about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
I've not, but it's on my to-do list.
Oh, because they might have a musical episode in that is top notch. Ooh. One of the best I've ever seen. So that if you weren't set now, you have to go watch it eventually.
Heck yeah. I'm going to watch that soon. All right, Bree, cheese rating. Yes.
Oh, I'm going to give this Mac's famous mac and cheese from one of my favorite episodes.
Very good.
Mac and Dennis moved to the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Aren't you and Jenna currently living that experience? Yeah. I love this episode so much. I love the live recording so much. Not much left to say. So I can only give it a Philadelphia cheesesteak because I went to Philly. I loved having a cheesesteak there, and this feels just as greasy and gritty and bad for me as that. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. This was an absolute blast. Promote your wonderful content for the world to see. It's not like they don't know who you are, though.
I mean, it's important to, remind people. It's important to remind myself what I'm supposed to be doing instead of, goofing off playing video games. So I make YouTube videos on my channel, NandoVMovies, where I talk about the movie things. Sometimes it's rewriting things, kind of changing things. Sometimes it's like recently been doing a lot of videos about who would be a good casting for some sort of specific role that is upcoming. So like Fantastic Four, X-Men, stuff like that. And sometimes it's just whatever fascinates me at that moment. And then I have a podcast called Mostly Nitpicking, where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. So it's mostly like going in and being like, if the moon was that close to the earth, we'd all be dead. Like for Moonfall, for instance, which we did this week, like picking apart the logic of a movie doesn't really make any sense in a pedantic way, but not in a mean way. I mean, it's very mean sometimes, but it's not in a cinema sinsy kind of this is real film criticism way. So that is all on the podcast apps and stuff. And yeah, that's most of it. I'm on Twitter too, so if I ever have some other project, NandoVMovies on Twitter is where I will probably talk about it.
And your content is great. Your YouTube videos, I'm surprised at the way that you're able to get them out there, and they're all good. Like, that is super impressive.
I'm surprised as well. Thank you so much. I being the person that is me, I also sometimes go, how do I do this? This doesn't make sense. But yeah, it just happens. And it's a pleasure to be on. Talk about Philadelphia.
Can't wait to have you on again. It was a great time today.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to have you chat with more musicals. We love musicals over here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher at Musicals with Cheese. We're on Twitter at Cheesy Musicals, Instagram Musicals with Cheese, YouTube page Musicals with Cheese. We have a Patreon-only podcast called Patreon with Cheese, where we're currently talking about Tangled the series. Come join us over there. Email us at musicaltheaterlives@gmail.com. Our title card is created by the amazing Jolene Casco. Go follow them on Instagram at Jolene Casco. Our keeper of the cheese is Juliet Antonio. Thank you, Juliet. This show is produced by the incredible, the wonderful, one of my favorite people on the entire planet, Brianna Jones. Thank you, Bri. Our theme songs were created by Robin Nash of IOU Music UK. Go send them some love. Thank you to the Broadway Podcast Network for having us on the platform and for not kicking us off for trying to get into that boy's soul. All right, you guys. Anything else you got left to say?
You just said it all. Boy's
You gotta
soul.
pay the troll toll.
Troll tour! What you say? Troll tour! Hey, hey, hey!
Troll toll!
We'll see you next time on Musicals with Cheese.